This year does not have to end just like all the other years. And I don't know if anyone's ever seen that movie Divergent, but I really feel like I'm the girl like Divergent. Like, for example, there's one point where she is in a glass box, and instead of thinking, oh, there's no way out, she just touches the glass and the glass breaks. And I think of that as myself a lot in life because I have God. Like, we have the Lord. So with God, there are no limitations to what he can do. So why do we limit ourselves or pray prayers that are just so small? Because a lot of times we pray prayers from what we can see, when really God's like, I own a cattle on 1,000 hills. Like, there are no limitations to what I can do. So if we pray prayers, victorious prayers, prayers that are big, that we can't even comprehend or imagine, but we just pray them in faith, there's no telling what God can do, you know? And so I just think if we continue to pray these prayers where we have a cap or a barrier, then we're limiting ourselves. And so I really want to speak to the person too that is just like in a relationship and they're just in this cycle of this. They're unhappy. It's not a relationship that's fruitful or life-giving or challenging in a good way. It's just a toxic cycle and you feel like you can't get out. I want to tell you, you can. Like, the thing is we, like I said, we put ourselves in boxes or limitations because we're comfortable, but it's also keeping us unhappy. It's keeping us stuck. It's keeping us like in this place that we're in where we can't ever see a way out. There's always a way out. There's always a way out. And so I just don't want you to get to the end of another year and be like, wow, nothing changed. Well, guess what? Sometimes it is us. A lot of times it's us that we have to make the change. We get to partner with God and say, you know what? Like, this hasn't worked. It hasn't worked in the last few years. Like, things haven't actually changed, or I haven't seen a difference, but this year I'm gonna do something different. Y'all know that saying, like, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Do something different this year. Like, it doesn't even have to be a relationship. It can be creatively. It can be in whatever realm you haven't actually stepped foot in yet. Like, do something different and get to the end of this year and be proud of yourself. Like, wow, I took that leap of faith, or I stepped out and I did this thing, like, do it, because there's nothing to lose. Who cares what people think? I am talking to myself, but like, it is definitely, it can put you in a box and keep you bound if all you're worried is about what others think. Go for the thing for you, do the thing for you, and step out in faith and hold tight to the Lord's hand when you do it, because God's not going to let you fail. He's not going to have you fall. He will always uphold you and sustain you, but a lot of times we just have to jump. We have to take the first step and then trust that he's got the rest. Anything amazing that I look at in my life in specifically the last like 5 years that I've obtained as a single mom, it started with a leap of faith and just saying, okay, God, let's do this together. And it's always reaped such a great reward. So you don't have to stay stuck. Yes. Okay.